All right, everybody. 4 months after the accident, I'm better than I was, and it's time to start traveling again. So I'm saying goodbye to the whole Donkey Sunrise family. Everybody knows this is my favorite place in all of South America to come. So when you come through South America, make sure you stop here.
Yes, please.
And now it's time to get on the road. Woohoo! All right, thank you for everything, Tim.
You're welcome, mate.
Yep, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye.
Wide enough, John.
Yeah, it's wide enough.
Hey, take care, pal.
I will, thank you. It's good to meet you.
And you too. See you.
All right. So yeah, it's kind of bittersweet for me. I'm so excited to be back to traveling on the motorcycle, but I'm so sad to be leaving Donkey Sunrise. I absolutely love it there, and you know they're such amazing people. So it's always hard to do that. But yeah, so here's the basic plan from here. Now that I'm back, is I have to boogie my way to Bogota, and we are shipping the bike to Panama. So one way or another, we are going to tick off all the boxes and finish this trip. You know, it doesn't matter. Stolen motorcycles, broken legs, setbacks, and good times. I'm gonna get it all done. I'm determined. And that's the key. A little determination and a good attitude. That's the key to it all. So yeah, let's go get gas and we're gonna get on the road. Although I plan to finish this, kind of the nature of the trip and my travel has changed. I've healed a lot, but I have a lot to go. If I'm quite honest, the way that I'm going to need to travel and the things that I do are just going to be different now. That's part of it. Part of the adventure is you don't know, and maybe your plans change. And in my case, after the injury and the surgery, my plans have changed. So I'm essentially going to not try to route any off-road. I'm going to try to ride nothing but pavement, at least until maybe there's a point where I feel confident enough in the ankle that I'm willing to chance it again. But right now, I'm not really willing to chance falling and injuring it again or doing severe damage. And you know, I don't want to have a lifelong problem because of this. It was already a very major surgery. So I know that a lot of people like the really off-road remote places, but I just physically can't do it right now. That's the way it is. I still have some big hiccups. My ankle, I still don't have the range of motion back in it to reach inside, so my rear brake is quite difficult for me to use. So other than when I maybe get into a panic stop situation and reflexes kick in, and even if it hurts, I go for it. But most of the time it's just the front brake now, which also is a big reason why I need to why I'm just going to stay on pavement. But that doesn't mean there's not adventure to be had. That doesn't mean there's not beautiful, amazing places to still see. I'm going through Central America and all the way back still. There's a lot of adventure left. You know, I'm severely limited in the ability to do things like hike. So again, some things that I had marked and things I wanted to do, I just physically can't do. You know, there's an example is one of the things I wanted to go see was the Volcano Fuego in Guatemala, but it's quite a long, strenuous hike to be able to see it. I'm just not going to be physically able to do that. That's the real part of it. You know, I did 3.5 months of physical rehab to get to the point where I'm at, and I worked very hard at it, and I continue to work at it. I do exercises every day still to try to get stronger and more motion back. But the doctors and the physical therapists and everybody was quite honest and straightforward in that an injury the nature of mine with as much hardware as I have, you know, takes a year and a half till you're actually kind of back to where you would have been before it. But the adventure goes on. Even if it changes, the adventure goes. If I had flown home and calling it quits, or if I'd even flown home for the surgery and things, you know, I think coming back would have been a lot more difficult for me, and it would have been a tough decision to make on whether I just tried to get the motorcycle shipped back or if I came back. But I made the choices I did, and I'm happy with them. I'm at peace with it. I think I did the right thing for me. I think I got great care here in Colombia, so if anybody's worried about that stuff, I had a fantastic care team. They took good care of me. But yes, back in beautiful Colombia on the bike. So yeah, like I do, let's cue the music and cover these miles. Here we are in Los Nevados National Park. If we get a view, this is stunning. I actually had a few clips in the Donkey Sunrise video of this because we came part way up this route, but not the whole way. So that's why I'm doing it, is to go do the whole way up and across the mountains. So we're over 13,000 now. And these plants here only grow here at high altitude, so you got to be really high to see them. So this is one of the few places.
I've got my ride a little bit slower than I normally do because I have a hard time with the rear brake. So, like trail brake in the corner, things with the rear brake to control my speed from downhill. It's hard for me. So I really have to brake in front so that I don't get the gearing right and hold the speed for the corner.
If anybody ever asks why I go to Colombia, this is why. You realize that a 250 is all you need on roads like this. I mean, I never get to use even the 250's power on this very often. I'm not even going full throttle before I'm back into setting up and leaning for the next corner. So we've busted him dropping like this. We're down to 3,300 feet. Been a fantastic road though. So this whole line is, there's a protest going on. I tried to take a different route. They stopped me at the protest. I talked to them. They were very nice guys. They were really interested in where I was from and what I was doing. But yes, this whole line is, they have two roads blocked. So nothing can go through here. So I've got to go around a different way, which is okay. I feel bad for all these people and buses and everything. They told me that everything would be opening back up at 6 o'clock, but I'm certainly not going to sit here until 6 o'clock. I heard about this. I think this is it. So I'll pop off the bike and talk about this a little bit.
Yeah, so this is the city of Amero, and this was destroyed in a massive landslide in Lahar, I believe, from a volcano or earthquake. So this is just what's left. It's just being taken over by the jungle now. So I thought it was somewhere around here, and I ended up stumbling upon it with those protests. So it's maybe a good thing that there was a protest and I turned, so I got to hop in here and see it.
The tragedy at Amero was the aftermath of a volcanic eruption in 1985. The eruption triggered massive lahars, which are volcanic mud flows that buried the entire town of Amero, killing 23,000 people and destroying the entire town.
All right, so let's head back up to the main road here. We're gonna make our way to find a place to stay tonight, so chances are that I will check in from there.
All right, well, I made it to my hotel in Gdańsk, so I went for dinner and a little walk around the town, so I'll show you a couple of pictures. But yeah, tonight is the last night before I get to Bogota, so tomorrow is the last day of riding for me in all of South America. The next time I ride will be in Central America, in Panama. So, whoa, it's been a long time that I've been down here, so it's kind of a cool thing though to have done a full lap of this continent and seen so much of it. So yeah, I'll get up in the morning and we'll get back on the bike and ride into Bogota.
All right, well, we're just leaving. Next stop, Bogota. Looking a little ominous for the rain. Well, here we are on the outskirts of Bogota. So now I'm just going to head to my hotel, and then I have got to get the bike packed up and ready for shipping.